Chris. He's the master of ceremonies for today's program. Chris has been a long time person comfortable here presenting his views on this project for a long time, and we're very appreciative that he's here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Deb. Can I get a real big shout? Time out! All right, time out! Let's make it into a little bit of a chant. We're here, time out. Volunteers, time out. Okay? We're here! Volunteers! We're here! Volunteers! Let me introduce one of our first speakers who's arrived, one of the champions on this issue, State Senator Eminent Montgomery! Come on up! Come on up!
Hello. Hey. So, I'm so glad to see you here. I want you to know that I now believe that you were so right. It's not a done deal. And I'm looking forward to time and the financial crisis to be on our side. Several of us have already met with David Paterson's people to ask them to review this project in light of the fact that much of what was originally promised does not appear to be being fulfilled. In light of the original contract with ESDC, much of that has fallen by the wayside given the new economic climate, in the words of the developer himself. So we have asked the state to take a look at, one, the process. We were never at the table. So this, from the beginning, was never a project that was approved with any involvement of any part of the stakeholder community, elected officials, community, etc. Two, we would like to see consideration for a new proposal that has been so very carefully, expertly worked out with, by, and for a project that we, the community, the local elected officials, we approve. And third, we want the process to be governed by all local laws. We have submitted information to them. They are looking at whatever opportunity the state has to withdraw support for that particular proposal, and we will be meeting back with them. Now, the people who met with the governor's people, Joan Millman, Jim Brennan, our assemblyman, as well as myself. So we, your state elected officials, have begun the process at our level of trying to get ESDC to back away from this particular proposal, which we all think is the worst possible thing to happen to Brooklyn. Thank you. What I have asked of our community is that I want your feedback. What we want. I think I know, but I want to be sure. And let me tell you why. when we go fighting, we want to fight with you, for you, with you at our backs. We do not want to get out in front of you. We want to be with you. And so as we wage this new battle at the state, we want to make sure that we reflect the interests and the time-out interests of our community. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Senator Velvet Montgomery. Sorry, thought you were that's it. We have a few more elected officials who are about to come up and speak, but let me acknowledge some who will not be speaking but who are here. We have the female district leader from the 52nd Assembly District, Joanne Simon, is here. We have the male district leader from the 57th Assembly District, William Saunders. He's here. We have, I'm just scanning here, we've got the district manager for Community Board 6, Craig Hammerman, is here. We've got the former president of CBID, Josh Scaller, is here. We've got a state senate candidate who former state senate candidate who represented this issue in 2006, Ken Diamondstone, is here. We've got the former president of the Sierra Club who supported us on this issue, Ken Bear, is here. We got a whole lot of people here. So let's make some noise for all those whistles in the back. Oh! Oh! All right, without further ado, let me introduce to you a member of the City Council who has seen the light, is on our side, David Yaski.
There's one plain truth here. The community has never had its say in this project. It is time for the community to be heard about what we want in our neighborhood. There is a new governor, and the only way that this community will be heard is if you make your voices heard to the governor and make it clear, time out, let's come back to the table, let's get a project that everybody here can be happy with. That your voice must be heard in Albany. In Albany. I know for a lot of folks here, I've seen you at rallies before, and this is not your first time, and it may not be the last time, but you're going to have to keep coming out and writing and working until our voice is heard. Thank you.
Thanks, David. See, we can all get along. Let's hear another yell. Oh! Everybody turn around and face that way. Turn around, face that way, right over there. Oh! Bye-bye, bye-bye. They can't see this is it. They can't last. They can't last. We last. We're here to stay. Okay, we're fighting this battle to the end. Okay, our next elected official, then we're going to take a music break, is the one and only, the champion, Letitia James.
Okay. So if you weren't paid to be here, make some noise. If you're not headed back to New Jersey, make some noise. If you're not going back to Connecticut, make some noise. If you're not going back to Long Island, make some noise. If you believe the lies, if you don't believe the lies, make some noise. If you've seen the light, make some noise. If you want some accountability, make some noise. If you want some transparency, make some noise. If you want to be involved in the process, make some noise. If you want to develop and not destroy this community, make some noise. only weapon that we have at this point in time is the weapon of protest. And so I've got to get you to make some noise. Again, some primal screams. This is an injustice to our neighborhood, a disrespect to our neighborhood, and you've got to make some noise because David Paterson is blind, but he's not deaf. Make some noise. And he's a good friend. So, Forest City Ratner, the gig is up. It's time to fold them. It's time to hit the road. It's time to go back to New Jersey. Let's call it a day. Because Brooklynites have found their voice. Yes, Brooklyn? Brooklyn! 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 And we'll even accept some people from Manhattan if they believe in our cause. So basically, what I want to say today, and you know me, I've got to always prepare something. You know, Brooklynites have found their voices. We have awakened to the scam. We have been awakened to the corporate welfare, awakened to the graft. We are fed up with the slick images, the glossing over of the facts, glossing over of the lies, sound bits that omit the truth. Fed up with the attempts to distract and steer the debate away from the cost, the real cost to taxpayers. And to the profit that Forest City Ratner and his family and his friends would make. And to the foreign investors that would like to buy up Brooklyn. And so Forest City Ratner, it's time for you to head back to New Jersey. Because you refuse to accept certain realities. The market has softened. The lawsuits are pending, and there's some yet to be filed. The growing cost to taxpayers for this gigantic boondoggle. The team is losing money. The team, in fact, I know some children from the local schools who play better than the New Jersey Nets. And the cost of this arena is closely approaching $1 billion. Say $1 billion. And what can we do with $1 billion? They cut our schools yesterday. They have not funded public housing. Our bridges and our roads are collapsing. The infrastructure is a mess. Are there streets on your block that need correcting, that need some improvements? Transit improvements. What about the G train? What about the C train and the A train and all the other trains? And the IRT? Right. What about my tunnel to the Atlantic Terminal? All right. And this arena is twice as expensive as any other arena in United States history. And they want you, and you, and you, and you, and me, and us to pay for it. And I say no. What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? So I say no to demolition, I say no to eminent domain, I say no to displacement, no to demolition, no to all of this. Let's halt it and let's stop it now. Stop the madness. Stop the madness. Stop the madness. No to lies, no to graft, no to super blocks, no to the destruction of our community. I want to see the sunlight. I want the developers to respect this community. And I want to see real jobs and real affordable housing. And I want them to stop lying to my children and giving them sneakers, which is offensive, racist, and disrespectful. Enough corporate welfare. Enough corporate welfare. Enough corporate welfare. Enough corporate welfare. And so when New Yorkers are losing their homes in record numbers, when New Yorkers are finding it hard and having a difficult time paying for gas and for food and for mortgages and for rent, why is our government being hijacked by Forest City Ratner? Why is our government being hijacked by special interests? who believe that this project will somehow transform Brooklyn. Brooklyn is doing good all by itself. It should develop organically, and we do not need this. And so the outrage that you hear today, the outrage that you hear in my voice, is from people and from elected officials who are tired of our government, tired of the disrespect. And it's time for a real plan to come forward. And so it's time to call for a timeout. And so Governor Paterson, we can do better. I know you can do better. You must lead Brooklyn, and you must lead New York to a better plan. A plan that is democratic, that is transparent, and a plan that respects the rights of all of the residents of this great community. So I say time out. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's involve the community. Let's come up with a plan that respects this community. The time is now. The time is now. And let me just say this, my last comment. You know, someone once said, it's not really the strong who wins, who are victorious in all fights. It's not the person who is the swiftest who wins all races. It's the individuals who are focused together in one direction, in one objective. And that objective, again, is to develop and not destroy. Congratulations. God bless you. We're winning. We're winning. We're winning. They didn't think that we'd survive. They didn't think that we'd be here. We faced incredible odds. They targeted me. You voted me back. You came out. Our numbers are growing stronger. We're raising more money. We're filing more lawsuits. We're growing stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And I say, no to Forest City Ratner. It's time for a timeout. Like the Supreme say, stop in the name of love. Thank you.
Woo, Letitia James! Time out! 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 Let me acknowledge a couple of people who are in the audience also. We have the president of the Independent Neighborhood Democrats, Bob Zuckerman, is here. Thanks for coming. We have the leaders of the new United Neighbors of Brooklyn, which is trying to combine the fight of public housing residents with our fight, because they're suffering as we suffer. Claudia Massa and Beverly Corbin are right over here. Thank you for coming. You know that all the community centers in public housing, many of them are being closed. You know, while we're giving away billions of dollars to Ratner, the folks who need programming in the summer and during the year, they're being cut out. So what is the sense in this? What is the sense in this? It makes no sense whatsoever. So Cory Booker is becoming a bigger and bigger hero to me right now. All right? Let's hear it for Cory Booker. Yeah, Cory Booker. Okay, before we hear from our Assemblyman, Hakeem Jeffries, I'd like to call up Ron Schiffman from Pratt, a former member of the City Planning Commission, who's going to say a few words, and then we're going to hear from Beverly Corbin, and then we're going to hear from Hakeem Jeffries. So come on up, Ron. One of our staunchest advocates.
Hello. It's not a done deal, everybody. It's not a done deal. And I just want to talk to our friends. Oh, they left. I had a message for them. If they want jobs, let's put people back to work in the factory that's vacant across the street. If we want affordable housing, let's renovate the building behind me, and let's put people in there right away. If we want to deal with homelessness, there are buildings right up and down this block. If you want affordable housing, don't relocate and don't displace low and moderate income families. And if you want affordable housing, let's make sure we make it part of public policy. Let's make sure we don't have to negotiate private community benefits agreements to get affordable housing. Let's mandate it as part of public policy so that we don't allow developers to use it as a wedge issue to drive us all apart. If we want jobs, let's make sure the state begins to mandate that you hire locally, that you make sure you hire locally, and that you don't allow people from Connecticut and Long Island to come in here and who are paid to protest, to demand jobs. We want jobs for our people. We want to make sure those jobs are equitable and not part-time and not only there 88 days a year. We want permanent, high-road jobs. So let's make sure we find the way to make that part of public policy, not to use it as part of an effort to drive us apart and to split communities and to negotiate deals that should never be allowed to be negotiated. Let's also think about an arena. You don't want an arena here surrounded by vacant and abandoned buildings or abandoned property that become parking lots and that our communities are overrun with traffic and cars that we don't need. Let's make sure that we keep these buildings, and if we want to misuse eminent domain, let's use it to take the property from Forest City Ratner and give it back to the people of the city of New York. And let's make sure that we begin to use our laws and begin to come back and use urban land use review procedures and local laws to review all our plans, not just some of our plans. We're going to have a new mayor soon. We have a new governor. Let's get them to listen. They could listen and they can learn that it's not it's not a done deal. It's never a done deal. And what we need to do is make sure we have a fair deal. Thank you very much.
Time out! Time out! Okay, Beverly Corbin, you've got 1 minute.
Good afternoon. My name is Beverly Corbin. I'm from Whitecroft Gardens, the housing development, or as most people affectionately call us, the projects. Whitecroft Gardens, Gowanus, Warren Street, and Atlantic Terminals. $611 million. That's what's needed to keep us up and functioning, not an arena. We are not going to move into an arena that is not going to be accepted for us and the people in our community. United Neighbors of Brooklyn supports the people in development, don't destroy. We are a community. We are not just blocks. We are a community, and we want you to know that United Neighbors of Brooklyn is out there. We are the faces of everybody that lives in New York City. United, we cannot be divided, but homeless, we all stand together, and that's what people like Forest City Ratner wants. All of us homeless in New York City. Thank you.
That's a powerful 60 seconds. We're about to hear from our assemblyman, the assemblyman that represents this area, Hakeem Jeffries.
Well, let me just first make it clear to everybody that we're here today, that I'm here today not because we're anti-progress. We're here today because we're pro-democracy. We're here today because we're pro-democracy. I don't know if some folks have been paying attention, but we have a new governor now in New York State. The steamroller is no longer with us. And some folks believe that he was prepared to help steamroll this community to drive this project through without any meaningful community input. But the steamroller's gone. We have a new governor who, despite his physical condition, is a man of tremendous vision. We believe that Governor Paterson is a man who understands the importance of real community input in determining the future of where we go from here, generally and as it relates to this project. So all I'm here to say is, look, let's give Governor Paterson a chance. Let's give Governor Paterson a chance to evaluate all of the facts when it comes to this project. Let's give Governor Paterson a chance to engage in a meaningful and real dialogue with this community about the future of this project. Let's give Governor Paterson a chance to weigh both the alleged strengths and the weaknesses of this project. Let's give Governor Paterson a chance to put affordable housing first and foremost when it comes to whatever happens in this community. Let's give Governor Paterson a chance to reject the demolition of the Ward Bakery and any other buildings that are part of Phase 2, when we don't even know what's going to happen with Phase 1 as it comes to this project. And let's give Governor Paterson a chance to say no to eminent domain. Say no to eminent domain. We're not anti-progress, we're just pro-democracy. All we're saying is let's give Governor Paterson a chance. The sheriff of Wall Street is gone, and one of the beloved sons of 125th Street is in town right now. Let's give Governor Paterson a chance to do the right thing when it comes to our community. God bless all of you.
Okay, we're drawing to the close here of our speakers. And I'm looking around and I see one more speaker that we're definitely going to have, and maybe one or two others may show up while he's talking. But before he comes up, I just want to say this. We started 5 years ago saying no. And Bruce Ratner said, mission accomplished. It's 5 years later, and his mission is definitely not accomplished. So are we going to celebrate? Are we going to celebrate, in his case, the arrogance of politics? Or are we going to celebrate the audacity of hope? Okay? Okay. So, Ratner, you have not won this game. And that brings me to our next speaker, who is a member of the City Council from Queens, and who has come time and time again to be with us when we have been speaking out. And he just happens to also be a candidate for an office. But we're not dwelling on that today. We're dwelling on the fact that he's here to support us. Tony Avella!
Ron Schiffman was up here a few minutes ago and said, you know, we have a new governor, we're going to have a new mayor. I want to be that new mayor. I want to be in a situation where you don't have to convince the new mayor what's going on here. I want to congratulate all the groups that have put this rally together, because you have continued the fight for 5 years, as Chris said. And we are at the point where we can have a timeout on this project, and we are at a point where this may not happen if we all stick together. Before I came here early this morning, I was actually watching on TV a promo for, I believe it's called the movie Wall Street, where the lead character gets up and says, greed is good. Mr. Ratner, greed is bad. And we are not going to let you destroy a community, whether it's here or any other neighborhood in this city. We want real development. We want real affordable housing. And a few minutes ago, we had some of our union friends counter-protesting. They should be standing here with us. We want union jobs. We want real housing. We want development. But it has to be something that fits in with the neighborhood. It has to be an asset, not a detriment. And no use of eminent domain to give some developer millions of dollars. We're going to win this. We're going to win this. If we don't win this in the next year and a half, we're taking over City Hall, and we're going to win it then.
Tony Avella, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Avella.